O wolf of loyalty, what made you care for your parents after you had come of age, your fangs had grown sharp, and you were capable of walking the paths of life alone? He replied, because I did not forget. I did not forget the nights they stood as guardians at the mouth of the den while I slept safely, knowing nothing of the world but warmth. I did not forget the hunger they endured so that my small belly could be full. I did not forget their steps as they led me through rocks and valleys, teaching me how to live and how to face life. So how could I forget them today, now that their backs are bent? And how could I abandon them now that their feet have grown weak? And how could I deny their kindness after I was once helpless, unable to bring myself either benefit or harm? For trees do not deny their roots, rivers do not deny their springs, and living hearts do not deny those who were the reason for their existence. And whoever abandons their parents in their weakness has forgotten the days of their own weakness. And whoever denies a kindness has, with their own hand, extinguished the most beautiful memory that once dwelled in their heart. What kind of heart is it that forgets the hand that reached out to it every time it fell? And what kind of soul is it that sleeps in peace, while eyes exhausted by age still wait for a word, a visit, or a touch of loyalty? Parents do not ask the world for palaces or treasures. They only ask not to become strangers in the lives of those for whom they spent their own lives. They carried you before your feet were strong. They stayed awake before you knew the meaning of sleeplessness. And they feared for you before you knew the meaning of fear. They rejoiced in your happiness as if it were their own victory. And they suffered for your pain as if the wound were in their own bodies. So how can you find it in your heart to disregard them when age makes their steps heavy? And how can they become a burden after they were your support? And how can their favor be forgotten when the time comes to repay it? How cruel it is for parents to grow weak and find only closed doors. And how cruel it is for their eyes to gaze toward those they raised, only to find busyness, coldness, and excuses. Life promises nothing to anyone. How many sons have left their parents' home in a hurry, thinking they would return by evening, only for the evening to arrive and find that nothing is the same as it once was? How many mothers have waited for the ringing of a phone, not asking for money or gifts, but simply longing to hear the voice that used to fill their home for so many years? And how many fathers have hidden their aches behind a quiet smile so as not to burden their children, while all they wished for was for one of them to sit beside them for a while? Righteousness is not always found in grand gestures. Sometimes it is found in a few short minutes, in a sincere question, "How are you today, mother?" In a hand holding another that has begun to tremble with age. In a brief moment where a son listens to a story he has heard dozens of times, yet he knows that the heart's comfort lies not in the story itself, but in the presence of the listener. They say that the higher a tree reaches toward the sky, the deeper its need for its roots in the earth. And so it is with humanity. No matter how far one travels along the paths of life, builds businesses, gathers wealth, or achieves their desires, there remains inside a small child, forever indebted to the one who held their hand for the very first time. Perhaps the most beautiful thing about loyalty is that it requires no wealth. A smile costs nothing. A prayer costs nothing. A visit costs nothing. A kind word costs nothing. yet their impact may remain in the heart of a father or mother for many long years. It is enough for a person to ask themselves from time to time, what if I were in their place? What if I were the one sitting behind that door, watching for the footsteps of those I love? What if the most precious thing I possessed in this world became a short phone call or a fleeting visit? At that moment, many things change within the heart. Some doors, if closed, may have others opened in their place. Some losses can be compensated for by time, but some faces, once they are gone, their place remains empty, no matter how filled the world becomes with people. Therefore, do not postpone love, do not postpone gratitude, and do not postpone loyalty. For the most beautiful words are those spoken in their time, and the most beautiful gifts are those that arrive before it is too late. If your heart still finds its way to your parents, do not wait for an occasion, do not wait for a holiday, and do not wait for one of them to fall ill. Go now, call now, and ask now. For there may be a gentle soul sitting this very night, lacking nothing from the entire world, except for the sound of your voice.